Incantations. Is there a perfect ratio? Let's find out. Hi, it's your local dragon lady here, and it's been about 2 weeks since I posted my latest Chaos Max deck profile, and as always, every time I make a different profile, I get questions asking do certain effects work on Chaos Max, or about a ruling in relation to that card. But I also get questions about why I use certain cards in my deck, and recently I got a great comment asking about the ratio of the Devi Ritual Incantations cards that I use. Some people say they use 2 of each, or sometimes all of them. However, if you were to go back to my last 3 profiles, you will notice that my ratio of incantations is almost the same each time, save for the inclusion of the Bookstone purely because he's a searchable spellcaster. When I do my deck profiles, I try to give a brief explanation of why I use each card and move on, because I don't want the video to be too long, and explaining the reason for my ratio would take a video in on itself. Which is what I'm doing right now. So let's start with the cards themselves. Each incantation has a reveal and search effect. You reveal either a ritual monster or magic card to special summon the incantation to the field. Then use its effect to special summon another incantation of a different name from the deck. And then use that special summon effect to search the deck again for a ritual monster or magic card to add to your hand. Yeah, I know that's a mouthful and all, but trust me, it's not as difficult as it sounds. These cards are the main reason why Chaos Max is very playable right now, and they give a huge boost to ritual decks in general. When it comes to the main incantations, we have 6. We have the Candle, Talisman, Pencil, and Book, all of which have the reveal and search effect. But 2 allows you to search from the deck to hand, while the others recover from the grave to hand. All of which are very good effects, and it really doesn't matter at all which one is in your opening hand. So long as you have the corresponding card reveal, you can start the special summoning and card effects to get the monster or ritual that you need. Now, with all that being said, how do you know what is the best ratio of incantations to use? Well, that depends on your deck and strategy, of course. I know that sounds vague, but hear me out. I've had some people ask me why I don't use 3 of each. And, well, in fact I have. Almost. If you want to see that deck profile, you can head over to Dark Broad Gaming. I have a link in the description below. Now, I will say that experience was interesting. It was a controversial build I made for laughs. I'm not a competitive duelist anymore, so really, I just use the outcome of my duels as feedback. But what I did notice with using all those incantations is the deck was crowded, and not in a good way. You see, using a full set of each of the main incantations is 12 cards. 12. That's a lot, and sometimes you need that extra room to do more than just incantation stuff. You need your ritual monsters and magic cards, you need a form of defense, different strategies to improvise with. Sometimes you need cards that allow you to extend your plays, and having too many incantations in my opening hand actually prevented me from doing some of these plays, especially if the card is a talisman or a book. Because of their high levels, they cannot even be normal set for defense or normal summoned and attack for a creature swap. The ratio I have in my Chaos Max deck is 9 cards. So that's 3 candles, 3 talismans, 2 pencils, and 1 bookstone. 9 gives you an excellent chance of opening with at least one of these cards with either the corresponding reveal card or a searcher to get said corresponding card. Having too many incantations in your hand can leave you with little to do. In my deck, getting a card from the deck to hand is the most important, so hence the reason for the 3 candles and the 3 talismans. But what about the grave to hand effects? This is where it got tricky, but here's my reasoning for my result. Chaos Max is a card that is meant to be summoned as fast as possible and finish the game as fast as possible. So the need for recovering a card from the grave to hand almost never comes up. It only really happens if your opponent is able to stall long enough for you to use up your resources. So the grave to hand effects are only useful in the late game. But why 2 pencil and 1 book? Well, the pencil is only a level 3. If you include 2 of them with 3 candles, that's 5 monsters in your deck with 0 defense that can be normal summoned and can be sent to your opponent's side of the field with a creature swap, miss a box, and now with a packet swap. Yes, I am doing playtests with this already. These 5 monsters are also light monsters. So to take full advantage of Zaborg's effect, you need to use at least 1 light monster in the tribute. So having more light over dark increases your odds of doing this. In my earlier profiles, I did not use the book, but I do now, mostly due to the field card Secret Village of the Spellcasters. I've had this card played against me and it just shuts the deck down. But because Bookstone is a spellcaster, it can be special summoned from the deck and then you can do whatever you want to get Chaos Max out and end the game. Also, with the exception of the Kaijus and Lava Golem, my entire deck is a mix of both light and dark monsters. So this makes it easier to perform a special summon that will require the banishment of both, like Chaos Dragon Lapineer, Chaos Emperor Dragon, and Blackluster Soldier if you so choose to use them. So in a deck that's as fast as Chaos Max, 9 incantations turn out to be the sweet number, and adding 2 of the ritual monster Chalice Slime just made it better because it can reveal and ditch itself to the graveyard to special summon another incantation from the deck. So is there a perfect ratio of incantations? Well, the short answer is no. The ratio really does depend on what ritual monster your deck is built around and what strategy you want to focus on. So this opens the door to a ton of experimentations, and the results can be quite surprising sometimes. Less can be more, and vice versa. Having now heard the logic behind my incantation ratio, what about you? If you play a ritual deck, what ratio works best for you? Let me know in the comments, and as always, be a good sport, play the game, not the fame. See ya! Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and click on the little bell for notifications. You can also check me out on Facebook. Link is in the description below. Happy dueling!